That was the day I told myself, I said, fuck no.
You feel mercy, but at the end of the day, your mercy is not going to get your bills paid.
I had people yelling at me. I said, listen, I'm pregnant. Y'all don't want to be calling this phone arguing with me. I'm going to tell you that right now.
It gets you on like this high, but then as soon as you come down from that high again, it's just like, fuck, bro. Like,
I don't know. I'm never content. I'm just like, what else is next for me?
I'll like be in an argument and stuff, and I'll say something so fucked up that afterwards I'm like, you know what? I'm still mad, but I'm sorry. Like, that was crazy.
It's just me. Mouth is reckless.
Reckless, bro.
We can't help it though. Like, you just, I don't know. That'd be me. That's my problem. It really is my mouth. It's not even these hands. It's this mouth.
No, because I don't know if I could fight, girl. If someone tried to square up with me, I'd be like, okay, like, let's talk.
Don't get me wrong. Like, see, bitch, I don't like to fight, but if it comes to that point, bitch, we could go there, but I don't want to go there. I'm gonna use my mouth. My mouth is my weapon.
No, exactly.
It really is my weapon. I tell people all the time, like, tread lightly.
Tread lightly.
Tread lightly. Like, maybe you really want to do it? You want to do it to yourself?
I'm gonna start saying that to people. Just bitch, tread lightly.
Tread
I like that.
lightly, bitch. You skating out thin ice.
Yeah.
You gonna fall through that bitch. You gonna fall through that bitch.
Oh, how was your weight loss journey? I can't believe that.
Girl, the best. Like, it was the best. So I actually, like, I had, like, it's funny because everybody who made fun of me, bitch, they thought I was fat because I ate. Like, I just like to stuff my face with food, and that was just not the case. Like, I dealt with, like, hypothyroidism and, like, just a bunch of, like, health problems. And so it just, like, made me gain weight. And so, like, girl, I would go to the gym. Like, I would diet. Like, I would do everything and, like, nothing helped. So, like, the end-all be-all for me, like, everybody knows, bitch, I love adventure. I love thrill. I love adrenaline. Like, I love roller coasters. So, like, my summers I would always spend at Six Flags. And girl, like, 2015, it got to the point where I went on Superman, and girl, I couldn't buckle the seatbelt, and they were like, ma'am, you have to get off. You don't fit. Girl, I had to do the walk of shame off that bitch. And that was the day I told myself, I said, fuck no. I said, tomorrow I'm calling a doctor. I said, I'm calling a doctor because this cannot be. Like, you telling me I can't fit on no roller coasters? I'm not doing this for the rest of my life. No. Girl, I was walking off that shit just, I'm calling the doctor tomorrow. It's just, I swear to God. So, yeah, I did. Next thing, I called the doctor, and I was like, yeah, I'm interested in, weight loss surgery. And they're like, okay, come in for a consultation. And I went in, and they're like, girl, your BMI is, like, up here. Bitch, you supposed to be down here. And I was like, yeah, bitch, I know that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be coming to you for help. Like, so it was like a whole year process. Had to do the whole meet with a nutrition, had to be on a diet plan, had to do, like, you just had to prove to them, like, you were doing the work.
Yeah.
Because they just want to make sure, like, you're not just doing it for a quick fix.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they get the surgery and they just go right back to the same bullshit. They end up plateauing. A lot of them get depressed, suicidal. So there's, like, a whole amount of shit you have to go through. But I did it, had the surgery, and then technically when you have a surgery, you're not supposed to get pregnant for 18 months because your body is still, you have half a stomach. You no longer have the same nutrients, the same vitamins. Like, you literally have to wait for your body to get right again. And girl, a month later after the surgery, I got pregnant with my son. And I literally lost the weight. Like, my whole 9 months of pregnancy, girl, I was just shedding. Like, I was literally, like, my son was just taking everything from me. I lost 90 pounds.
Wow.
My whole pregnancy in 9 months. It was, like, 10 pounds a month. And girl, I was sick as fuck. I had hyperemesis. I was, like, passing out all the time. I was throwing up. Like, girl, it was bad. But yeah, that's how I mostly lost the weight. I had the gastric bypass and got pregnant. And, yeah. And then shortly after that, like, a year and a half later, I got pregnant with my daughter. And yeah, like, that also, like, I wouldn't say I lost a little bit of weight, but I gave birth, and then it put the weight in the right places.
Yeah.
And then after I had hypothyroidism, and then after I had my daughter, I got hyperthyroidism.
So then you lost it. Yeah.
And then I lost it all again. I was like, yo, I can't win. Girl, I'll be struggling sometimes because, girl, yeah, I got an ass, but, like, bitch, I got a flat ass back. So it's like my ass is like a hook, bitch. It's like It's like instead of having the shelf on the bottom. You feel me? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I got hip dips. I'm like, what is this? I never had this shit a day in my life. Fuck going on here?
Have you ever seen like those ads for the Halara leggings?
Yes.
I need those, bro.
Bitch, I need them too at this point.
You just pick everything right up.
Bitch, cause fuck getting a BBL. They just gonna give me them.
Yeah, a $20 BBL, baby.
I'm kind of scared to get a BBL. Bitch, I want one so bad, but bitch, I'm scared.
Why?
Bitch, you see all these people dying from these shits?
Well, that's because they have like other shit.
Yeah, girl, I got other shit too. And my purpose on earth ain't done yet.
No, fair. No.
I'm scared. I have had cosmetic surgery, and the only reason was because I had the gastric bypass, but because mine was medically necessary. So I have hidradenitis, which is basically it's a skin disease, and so sometimes you get flare-ups, and those flare-ups, what they look like is like you get boils that literally like. Girl, painful as fuck.
That sounds painful as
fuck. And, like, girl, it's, like, embarrassing as fuck because, like, I have, like, a lot of scarring and shit from it. And, like, girl, like, my scar, like, bitch, I'm Dominican. I scar dark as fuck.
Yeah.
My scars are darker than my skin. Like, I'm not even playing. And so sometimes it sucks. But, girl, I ended up getting the, so I had a thigh-plasty because I had the extra jiggles on my thighs. And girl, so I used to be a 4'4" double D. And then I had the weight, and girl, my shits was all the way sagging to my feet. And I was like, we need to do something about this. Because I would also get hidradenitis under here. So I got a breast lift and a breast reduction. I had a tummy tuck and a thigh-plasty, and then a back-plasty. So, like, all of the extra skin, they basically removed. But girl, I got literally from, like, on both my legs, I have, like, a scar from here down to here on both of them. I've got, like, scarring here. Then I got, like, a whole 360 scar around my body, and it looked like somebody chopped my shit in half. like it was some, like, ventriloquist type shit.
Yeah. Is there anything that you can do to remove the scars, though?
Girl, I've tried.
No.
I've tried, like, cocoa butter. I've tried, like, laser, like, scar removal surgery. I've tried creams. Girl, nothing helps. Yeah. So I'm at this point, whatever. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get. It is what it is. But the only thing that sucks, like, it wouldn't be as bad if I didn't have a flat ass back, bitch. Because then I feel like people are looking at my scars and they're looking at my flat ass back. Now you got two things to look at.
Yeah.
Now you got two things to look at. At least if I had an ass, you'd be looking at my ass and not my scars.
Yeah. But you know what? We live in Connecticut. How long are they looking at it? 2 months out of the year?
Girl, these motherfucking thirsty ass motherfuckers.
That's facts.
They're gonna look at anything.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna look at anything. They gonna look at a bitch with a trash bag.
Yeah. You're right. No, and it's so funny. Like, I don't hate on girls. I promise I don't. But sometimes, like, I have guy friends that'll be like, yeah, and I'm gonna fuck this girl. And I said, why? But, like, why?
But, like, why? Do you want to do that to yourself?
Do you want to?
Because it's like sometimes, you feel me? It's just us as girls, we know things.
Yeah.
Like, we just...
And I think that we notice things that they don't notice. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that, like, a guy's really going to be looking at your scars like that.
Yeah.
Because they don't notice that. I think that that's more
They
of,
gonna feed me the bullshit. Oh, your scars are so beautiful.
Yeah.
Just to try to get in my pants.
Yeah.
No. No. You thought. That them words would have worked for another bitch, but it don't work for me. See, the thing is so yeah, I had both my parents in my life, but I was mainly like, I was always around my dad, and I was always around my brother. And like growing up, I was kind of like a tomboy, and like, yeah, I had friends who were girls, but like all my friends were guys. So my mentality, like, yeah, I'm a girl and I know how to think like a girl, but like I also know how to think like a nigga too.
Yeah.
Like, don't try me. That's why, like, when men try, I be like, listen, like, you be telling me shit, and you are, like, you thinking, like, I ain't do the same shit. Like, yeah. You thinking I ain't did the same shit as you? Like, I done moved as you before. I know how you think. I put myself in your brain, and I know. Like, I may not have a dick, but I know.
But I know.
But I know.
Anyways.
Don't get it twisted. Sometimes I play stupid, though. Like, I don't know. But I really know.
Bro, that's, like, my biggest regret, too, is that, like, sometimes, especially when I was younger, like, I knew. And I was convincing myself, nah, there's no way. There's no way. But I knew.
Yeah,
but I knew.
You always knew.
Bro, that shit pisses me off.
Swear.
Like, I'll look back at, like, even, I don't know, like, some of my relationships, I was like, girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. I was talking to, like, my boyfriend the other day about it. I was just like, it's so funny because like now I'm very much like aligned with myself. Like I really like I got to spend time by myself, which I never got to do. I've had boyfriends since middle school, girl. Like I was always dating. I was always in a relationship, like whatever. So like when I broke up with my longest ex, about like 2.5, a little over now, years ago, when I broke up with him was the longest period that I spent by myself. And by myself, I use lightly because, like, obviously, like, people come and go. But at the same time, like, that was the only time in my life that I was like, nah, I'm not ready to date. I'm not ready to date. And I would say that all the time. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And then, like, when it finally came down to, like, when I met him, and it's so funny because everyone's like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, that is not your type.
Right. But it doesn't have to be.
But it worked.
You're right.
It worked.
When you just know, you know.
Yeah.
And when you just know, you know, it doesn't have to specifically be, like, a type or anything like that. Like, that's what people don't understand. Because, like, even with my fiance now, like I said, I always dated white boys. Always dated white boys. And at the time when I met, so that whole situation is, like, funny in and of itself. Because it's, like, so many fucking weird-ass coincidences. But, like, when I met him, it was just, like, instant. Bitch, it was instant attraction. And, like, when I met him, it was already, like, so me and my BD were already done. And I was moving, like, I was moving from Carmel because I lived in Carmel at the time. And I had just gotten a new apartment where I live now in Middletown. And so, like, I had already told my baby daddy, I'm like, listen, like, we're not together. Like, I don't want to be with you. Like, we're not in a relationship. And, like, at that point, like I said, like, from before, like, I was his first and only girlfriend ever. So, like, when we were, like, truly done, and mind you, there was so much fucking damage done at this point. Like, even at the time, like, there was still a protective order that we had on each other. But, like, he just couldn't stop fucking stalking me and, like, leave me the fuck alone. And, like, girl, every single place I went to, like, he would pop up. Like, he would slash my tires. Like, girl, he slashed my tires on, like, 6 different, like, some bitch shit. Bitch, I thought that was some bitch shit. And no, niggas do it too. Niggas do it too. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Niggas do it too. He might be worse than a bitch, honestly. He did that shit like 7 times. One time I was fucking with a dude in Norwich, girl, and like, mind you, like, I met him on Bumble. I didn't have him on no social media. I didn't have his number. Like, I was just communicating with this guy through Bumble. And, like, literally, like, we hooked up one night and I was at his house in Norwich. And, like, girl, I walked out. Like, this man literally the next day kicked me out his house and, like, would not tell me why. Come to find out, my baby daddy found out who he was, sent him a message, and I know this because I walked out to my car, bitch, and all my tires were slashed on my car. But I didn't even know, so I went in my car, turned on my car, started driving away, and my car was like wobbling, and like then all of a sudden, a whole bunch of lights started coming out on my dash. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I pulled over, and bitch, I literally did a whole 360 around my car. Yeah, my shit was literally slashed. Obviously, I knew who it was because same pattern, same behavior, same guy. You're doing the same shit. Yeah, I knew it was him. How the fuck he found me in Norwich, bitch? I don't know. I still don't know to this day. I don't know if he put a tracker on my car. But even if he put a tracker on my car, like, how did you find out the man I was talking to? Yeah. Girl, I don't know. But, yeah, so when...
That's some psycho shit.
Girl, he is psycho. That motherfucker done put me through some shit. And I got a lot of nerve to say I wouldn't put him through some shit all because I burned his ass with a cigarette. I burned his ass with a cigarette because he was pinning me down on all fours with his fucking hands at his knees. Like, if I got a lit cigarette next to me, and that's my only weapon, what else I'm going to use?
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on. So, yeah, by the time I moved into my new place, like, it was just like, bitch, he followed me. Like, it was just like, I couldn't get away from this man. I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Like, you be with your daughter. It is what it is. But when I had moved in, my aunt actually, so she's not my aunt, but I call her my aunt, because she's known me my whole life. She was my mom's best friend. So my aunt is actually married to my man's uncle, and that's how I met him.
Oh shit.
And so so when I like first laid eyes on him, I was like, oh, he's fine as fuck. I'm about to get that. And so yeah, like obviously, like when we first met, bitch, he looked a lot older than he was. I did not know that man was 20. I was 26.
Oh,
I did not know that man, he had just turned 20. Like I said, he looked a lot older. Bitch, he had a whole beard, everything. Like, he looked like a fully grown-ass man. So, whenever I first met him, I told my aunt, I said, give him my number. Like, get my number. Girl, 3 days passed. Got, like, no text, no nothing. 3 days passed, and I'm in the house, and I'm on my couch with my baby daddy. I'm on one side of the couch. He's on the other. I get a text. And he literally got up from the couch as soon as I got the text to go around to see who texted my phone. And the text said, hey, it's Bebo, because that's my man's nickname. He was like, hey, it's Bebo. Jody, my aunt. He was like, Jody gave me your number. He was like, what's up? So at that moment, he knew it was over. Like, he knew it was, like, he knew. Because, like, I told him, I'm like, bro, like, you don't want to get the point that we're done. Like, all right, I'm finna start showing you. I'm gonna start showing you just how done I am. So at that point, like, I met him. I didn't care. Like, I gave him my number. I'm like, yeah. So we started talking. And we started hanging out, like, almost every day. Because he, like, lived 2 doors down. And, yeah, that was, like, girl, like 3 days later, my BD finally got the hint and he moved the fuck out. Because my man now was like, nigga, you need to go. Yeah. Like, you need to go. You need to get it. Like, you don't know that she don't want to be with your ass. Like, you need to go. And my daughter's father, like, he's a pussy. He don't. He's a pussy. Girl, when it come down to fighting. And, like, my man is crazy. Like, girl, so I'm going to tell you right. So he... And again, I didn't know all this when, like, we got together and shit. I didn't find out any of this till after. But, like, so... When we met, he was on a bracelet. Girl, I didn't know at the time he was on a bracelet for kidnapping. But it wasn't, okay, it sounds bad. It sounds bad. It sounds worse than it is. But, like, it really isn't. They charged him with kidnapping, but it really wasn't kidnapping. Like, he had a whole thing with his BM going on. And
oh, he has a kid, too?
He's got a son, too. And it's funny because, like, so I seen the whole thing, like, because I guess it was on the news. So the whole, like, body cam footage, the whole thing, like, what they charged him for kidnapping for, girl, I seen the whole video. Like, bitch, that's not no kidnapping. Like, him and his BM were just arguing. And he was like, bitch, get in the car. And so she got in the car and they were like, oh, he took her against her will. Yeah. But like I said, it's a whole body cam. Like, everybody could see it. Like, anybody who sees that, they were like, nigga, that's not fucking kidnapping. Like, yeah. Y'all are bugging. But whatever. So, yeah, my man is crazy. Okay? Like, my man don't play that shit. Good. So, like, when it came to the two of them, he was like, you need to get your shit, get the fuck out, and da-da-da-da. And this, that, and the third. And then my baby daddy, like, a couple days later, came back trying to fight my man. And my man was like, what was all that shit you was talking about? And he was like, oh, I was drunk when I was saying that. Yeah. I was drunk. I didn't mean it. I'm like, bro, you're a pussy, bro. I'm like, just get your shit and be gone. And yeah, I've been with my man ever since. But yeah, girl, when I met him, I was like, he was not my type. Like, he was not my type. He wasn't what I was used to. I only dated white boys. I was, like, convinced that every Hispanic was a fuckboy and a cheater and a liar. And granted, even when I got my man at first, he was. He was. Oh, he was a dog. He was. Changed his ways now, though. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, that was wild. Yeah. Girl.
He was young,
I went through some shit, too.
He was young, too, you know?
And like, he still is.
Yeah, but, like, not that it even... I don't know. Like, I guess maybe it is just for girls or whatever, but, like, I look back at when I was 20 and now I'm 25. I'm like, I'm a completely different person. Like, I think completely differently, you know? Yeah. And, like, you... Especially, like, having a kid and stuff like that, like, you almost get, like, a hit into, like, reality, you know? So... Yeah.
And it was crazy. So, like, I met him like I said, so at the time when I met him, he was on a bracelet and he was living at his uncle's house, which my aunt, because they had a protective order on each other, obviously, because whatever the fuck happened. And at the time, she was pregnant with their son, and him and I were together for about 6 months. But she was the type, like, girl, she's bitter. And when she gave birth, like, she basically told him, like, she gave him the ultimatum, like, listen, it's either you be with me and you come be with family, or you're not going to be in your son's life at all. Yeah. And obviously, him growing up without a dad, and that's his first child, he don't want to repeat the same mistakes. So he literally, like, he just up and left me and went back to her. And that was, like, that girl, that didn't last long. Like, he was only with her for maybe, like, 6 months. Yeah, it was like 6 months. And then I was driving in Hartford one day. And girl, I seen this man walking on the side of the street. Mind you, I had no contact with this man because when he left me, like, girl, he blocked me on, like, everything. Like, girl, he blocked me. He changed his number. Everything. But, it, like, obviously it was her. Like, you know what I mean? Because she knew, like, he was with me and shit. Like, and so, like, girl, I had no communication with this man. So I was literally, like, driving And this is why, like, universe is so fucked because, like, in that time, like, when he left me 3 months later, I was getting an oil change. I ended up meeting another man. And, like, just randomly. Some dude that worked at fucking Valvoline. Yeah. And, girl, like, I will say that wasn't a relationship, bitch. That was a situationship. But I'm gonna tell you, that situationship done fucked me over more than any relationship I have ever had. Even my marriage, bitch. So, anyways, that man ghosted me to go back with his ex. Like, I feel like that's a repeating thing about, like, people just fuck with me and then leave me to go back with their ex. Like, so I ended up meeting that man. We was rocking for like 3 months, and then boom, he ghosted me. Didn't have no contact with him, and I didn't have any contact with the man I'm with now, obviously, because like I said, he was black. I was driving down Hartford one day because my boy told me to come pick him up from the Bushnell, and I was like, bet, I'm on my way. My GPS kept fucking up, and there was like mad traffic, so I was like, I'm gonna take a different way. Started driving down Maple Ave in Hartford. Like, just something told me to drive down that street. Girl, when I'm driving down that street, why the fuck I get stuck at a light and I see somebody walking with a COVID mask next to me on the sidewalk. So I look. Lo and behold, this is my man that done ghosted me 6 months prior. I said, oh, hello, girl. I threw my shit. I said, I threw my shit right in front of him. I said, so where the fuck you was at? 6 months go by, you ghosted me. Where was you at? He was like, come on. Bitch, I literally ran into him. Mind you, he's leaking. I don't know what the fuck just happened to this man. He's literally leaking blood everywhere. Like, girl, he's walking himself to the hospital. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, I don't got time for this shit. I just got hit by a car.
Hold up. Hold up.
Bitch, he got hit by a car. I guess he was, like, being a hoe. His friend asked him to drive. Like, I don't know. I guess his friend was cheating on his bitch. And so his bitch was on the way home. So he asked my man to drive the other bitch home on the moped. So he was driving another bitch on a moped, and some dude literally ran a stop sign and hit them on the moped, and he went flying into somebody's house. Like, literally fucked up their whole, like, it was like their porch in the backyard. He flew into their porch, bitch. Bitch, I seen a picture and everything. I drove by the next day. Like, it was a lit, like, whole porch just collapsed in. Just.
Oh my God.
So literally when I catch him after not seeing him for 6 months, he's literally on his way walking to the hospital and he's leaking. And he's like, I don't got fucking time for this. He said, bitch, get away from me. Da-da-da-da. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was like, I don't got time for this shit right now. And this, that, and the third. Like, I just got fucking hit by a car. And so my dumb ass, I go into care mode as if ain't shit happened. And yeah, like, then we ended up back together.
Yeah.
Like, girl, we've been together since.
Yeah. Period.
We've been together since. But yeah. Girl, I got stories for days, man.
But I think that the universe has a funny way of, like, putting something in your way like that. You know what I mean? Like, my ex, I was convinced that, like, we were meant to be because of, like, our whole, like, everything that happened prior to us being together. You know what I mean?
Just
like,
alignment.
Just the alignment.
That's literally how it be. And that's, like, how I feel with my man, though. It's, like, I don't know. Like, my relationship with him, it reminds me so much of, like, my parents. But, like, I guess now, like, a healthier version. Because my parents were so fucking toxic. Like, always breaking up, always getting back together, always, like... And my mom, so they weren't even going to have me. My mom was going to have an abortion when she had me. And, yeah, so she ended up having me. Day I came home from the hospital, she got rushed in. And she was in the hospital for, like, a month. So, like, my dad took care of me. And, like, that's kind of, like... And... My siblings always, like, they like to say, like, oh, like, you were dad's favorite, and, like, you always, you know what I mean? Like, you got the best version of dad, and it was just, like, you know what I mean? Given the circumstances, like, with my brother and my sister, like, he was never in a position where he had to stay with them by himself and take care of them.
Yeah.
Like, it was with me. So that's why, like, I grew up really close to my dad and shit. Like, that just kind of, like, created our bond from there. But I always say, like, had it not been, like, and it's weird, because, like I said, because even meeting my, you know what I mean, meeting my man, I was like, my aunt is like, bro, you're the whole reason why my dad is literally my dad, and now you're literally married to this man's uncle, and that's who I'm with. And, yeah, bro, it's just fucking weird, like, and then come to find out, like, his dad and my dad knew each other, like, girl, it's just weird. It's weird.
It's so weird how life will make like those connections and stuff. But it feels extra special, I think, too.
It
like
does.
when you're in it, it's like, damn, it feels meant to be if that exists, you know?
It definitely does.
Yeah. How old were you when you got pregnant with your son?
I was 21.
21. Yeah, you were young.
Yeah. I was 21. Had him literally right when like right before I turned 22. So I got pregnant at 21 and had him at 21 right before I turned 22.
Were you working at the restaurant then?
I was actually living in Chicago.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. So at the time when I was pregnant with him, I couldn't even work because I was so sick and I had hyperemesis. Girl, I would literally like pass out all the time.
Fuck.
Yeah. All the time.
That sucks. But was your first baby daddy, like, at least when you were pregnant, was he a little bit more stable, or was he just kind of...
He was, because he was in the Navy.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, like, he had his career and shit together. And but at the time, like, he was also an alcoholic and shit. So
that happens to so many people in the military. I always feel so bad.
It's either cheating or addiction.
Yeah.
It really, but the thing about the military is, like, girl, they don't play with that cheating shit. That's ultimately why he got kicked out of the Navy, because not only was it he was literally AWOL half the time because he was fucking not showing up for work because he was drunk, but also because of the abuse and the cheating. Like, the military, like, one thing about them is, like, they do not condone cheating. They find out you're cheating on your spouse, they will literally kick you out so fast. You will lose all your benefits. Like, they frown upon that so heavily, and that's why I fuck with the military. That's one of the reasons why I fuck with the military. Yeah. Every other reason, fuck the military. Yeah. And defending us, I fuck with y'all for that too, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, they don't condone cheating at all.
Love that.
I love that too. Yeah. So that was why he got kicked out. But he was very, you know what I mean. When we got together and shit, I don't know. I feel like I got with him because, like, that was a way for me to get away from my parents.
Yeah.
Like, girl, I just wanted to break out so bad and just get the fuck away. Because, like, everything was just, like, so toxic. Like, girl, I was working 2 jobs. When I was working at Buffalo Wild Wings. And I was also, what was the other job? I was also working, at a nursing home. And it was a lot. I was literally 18 years old. I had already graduated from high school. Girl, all of my money, like, that I made, I had to give to my parents. Like, they made all my paychecks, everything. And, like, I had an allowance. Like, girl, and I was making bank, especially at Buffalo Wild Wings. Because, mind you, like, they have, like, the fucking football Sundays. And they have Super Bowl and, like, boxing matches. So, all of those shit, like, all of those days, like, those are the big money-making days. So, like, girl, like, not even just my checks, but my tips, everything I was expected to give to my parents. And I was only getting, like, $20 out of everything I was making. I was, like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But I was only getting, like, $20 as an allowance. And, like, that was their way to teach me adulthood and responsibility. Even though I was already working 2 fucking jobs and paying my own phone bill and getting my own money. But yeah, I would get $20 for the week. And then even if I would go out with my friends and use that $20, I would get bitched at. They're like, you're blowing through your money. Like, what do you mean? You're blowing through my fucking money. Like, what are you using my shit for?
I saw this podcast, like, not that long ago, and only one of your parents is Latin, right?
Mm-hmm. My dad.
Yeah, so, like, I saw this, I was watching this podcast the other day, and it was talking about how Latin people specifically, like, have this way of, like, having this hold on their kids. Like, I remember even growing up and stuff. I mean, like, I'm a first gen. Like, my parents were born, like, in Brazil. Mm-hmm. So, like, all of their money, all of the extra money and stuff went there. So they were never really able to like, do a lot, you know? Mm-hmm. My parents did what they could, you know? Right. But at the same time, like, they weren't around and stuff like that because all of their money was going elsewhere, you know? Right. And, like, the podcast was basically talking about how, like, Latin values are so different because you're like expected to provide for your family. Yeah. Like, all of your money goes back into the house. It's like, how am I supposed to grow?
That's what my dad was.
Yeah. How are you supposed to grow?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to do anything with your life? Yeah. All of your money is going back home.
Yeah. So my dad was very big on, and this is what, so, like, growing up, like, we had, like, no, like, yeah, we had extended, like, outside family, but we were never close to our extended family. Like, growing up, it was literally just me, my mom, my brother, my sister, and my dad. Like, that was it. Like, we didn't talk to anyone from my dad's family. We didn't talk to anyone from my mom's family. The only people we talked from their families, obviously my grandmas and my great-grandma. That was it. My aunts, uncles, everything, no. And my dad was, like, very big on, like, family who sticks together get by together. Like, if they stick together, they get farther in life. And, like, that was his thing. So, like, his thing was, like, we had to give them money because, like, it was gonna, like, their big dream was, like, to buy land and, like, build on it. And, like, they just wanted us, like, they wanted all of us to do everything together as, like, a family and not as, like, individual people. And between that and all of the other shit, girl, I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it, especially because my brother was always in and out of jail. My dad was always in and out of the house because he was binging. My mom was never there because she was always burying herself in work because of what, you know what I mean, all the bullshit at the house. And then my sister was always in and out of foster care and in and out of group homes. And then there was me, the youngest, and I always had that expectation on me that, hey, like, everybody else in this family is already fucked up enough. You have to be the golden child. Like, you have to be the one that does good. You have to be the one that, like, makes something of themselves. And not only did they put that pressure on me, but I was like, yeah, I gotta do something different to get the fuck out of here. Because I always said, like, growing up, I was like, when I'm 18, I'm getting the fuck out. And my parents never believed me. They were like, yeah, we'll see when it comes to that. And then it just so happened when I was 18 and I was working 2 jobs and I already graduated high school and I met my son's father, they didn't like, so when I met him, like, he didn't have a job, like, he was kind of a bum, and they didn't like that he didn't take me out on dates and shit like that. And so, like, they were also the type that, like, if I was out, like, if I went out one day, I couldn't go out the next day. I had to stay home. So I remember I went to Warped Tour with one of my best friends, and I was gone, like, all weekend. So I came home Saturday night, like, late Saturday night, came home Sunday, and that day my son's father wanted to take me out on a date. And so I told my mom. My dad wasn't home. My dad was at work at this time. And my mom at first was like, yeah, you can go. And then, like, 5 minutes later, she came to me. She's like, wait, she was like, you was out all weekend. She's like, you stay at home. She was like, you got shit to do in the house. Like, and I was like, okay, you guys are always bitching how he doesn't take me out on dates and this, that, and the third. And then one day he wants to do it, like, it's a problem. And my mom was like, well, if you don't like it, like, she was like, I don't like him anyways. Like, he's a bum and he's that, this, and he's that. And if you don't like it, and it, like, you can get the fuck out. And I was like, shit, okay. And she took my phone. And at the time, there was no way for me to communicate with my son's dad. So this was back in the day where, like, and this was, I don't know if, like, you remember this, but this was back when, like, you can go on Gmail or Yahoo and they had, like, the actual, like chat where you could text, you could put in a number and you could text from your email.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, girl. I took my laptop and I was texting him. I'm like, you need to come get me right now. My mom is kicking me out. And this, that, and the third. And my mom was like, you sure you want to do that? Your dad's on the way home. And girl, I was trying everything to get out before my dad came home because, like, bitch, I was scared of my dad. Like, he was scary. And so my dad ends up coming home and I'm literally sitting outside with my clothes, like my backpack, and I got my guinea pig on my lap in the cage, ready to be picked up. I don't have a phone. And my dad's like, what you doing? I'm like, I'm waiting for Tim, my son's dad. And he was like, your mother called me, come in the house so we could talk. I said, no, we're not talking. I'm like, I'm already knowing you're going to get me back in the house. You're not going to let me leave. I said, I'm not doing this shit. I'm 18. I'm like, I work 2 jobs. I graduate high school. Y'all treating me like a baby. Like, I'm over this. Like, y'all literally put way too many expectations on me and I'm just over it. And my dad was like, Jocelyn, like, if you leave this house, don't come back here. And I was like, man, fuck this house. I don't give a fuck. I'm not coming back here. And I left. Like, my son's father came to pick me up, and I left. And girl, that literally, I didn't talk to my dad. Did not speak to me for like 2 years because of that. Because he was so heartbroken. He literally thought like I chose my son's father over, and it was all because he was like, I told you, like, family's supposed to stick together, and like we're not supposed to leave each other. We don't abandon each other. And, like, at the time, like, I felt like because, like, I was the only child bringing in money. And I was bringing in a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, and I felt like that was really, like, their only reason why they truly cared that I left. Like, there wasn't getting the funds no more. And, like, they couldn't control me. And so, yeah, I didn't talk to him for 2 years. But that's literally how it always was. Like, my dad was very big on, like, family always sticks the fuck together. You do everything together. Like, financials, everything is together.
Yeah. And
girl, living that way fucking sucked. And that's why I am the way that I left at 18. I never went back. I've been on my own since 18.
Wow, God bless.
Since 18. And yeah, that's why, you know what I mean, with my kids, I'm like a lot different. I let them make like their own choices. Yeah, with like certain shit, like, no, you gotta do what the fuck I say.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, girl, I let them do what, you know what I mean, make their own decisions, make their own choices. Like, they get money, like, girl, I don't take that. I put that to the side for them. I like save it for them. Cause it was just like, girl, like my parents fucked me, but I feel like they fucked me for the better. Like, it just turned me into a whole different person for the better.
No, and I like that. Like, I left when I was 18 too, but I went back. I went back during COVID.
Yeah, when the hard times.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was 18, so like whatever year it is, that's how old I'm turning, because I was born in 2000. So I left in 2018. No, I left like mid 2019, and then I was back by like a couple months into COVID, like September of COVID. But that's just because like everything was so rough, you know what I mean? But like also like I wouldn't have gone back if the circumstances hadn't changed. Like that was my big thing. Like I'll never like I love my parents. You know what I mean? Like my parents are like, I think that they did the best with what they had. And like Absolutely. I think that like I don't know, like their values were different than my values, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, you know what I mean? Like we were raised very differently, you know. I have things that like my parents did to me that I wouldn't want to do with my kids, but they probably were on the other end of the spectrum where like their parents did things that they never wanted to do with us, and it was it's a cycle. It's a cycle, right? But like I remember, like you said, like I was making money. I was only working one job, but I was working full fucking time, like ever since I was in high school. So I was working full time, and then I was like, oh, like I'm gonna go to college. My dad promised that he was gonna like pay for school and stuff. He said that if you want to go to school to teach, I'm not paying for it. I said, okay, then like I'm gonna go for hospitality, and I got accepted into a culinary school. And he's like, I'm not paying for that shit either. For you to like work in a kitchen. I said, that's not what I want to do. And he said, that doesn't matter. It doesn't pay. I'm not paying for it. I said, okay, period. Then I had like a bunch of shit happen with my brother and stuff, and like for me, I was like, I'm not responsible for taking care of you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 18 years old. Like, I'm an adult now, and like I can make my own choices, and my choice isn't to like be the fucking like mule for this family. That's not my choice. And so I left, and like me and my mom didn't talk for that long either. I kind of like really just abruptly told them to. Yeah. I like went to a bunch of apartment tours, whatever, and then I came home like 3 or 4 days before I left, because I had already been packing. Yeah. And I was like 3 or 4 days before I left, and I was like, I'm moving. And they were like, are you sure that's what you want to do? I'm like, yeah. Yeah. And we didn't talk till Mother's Day the following year. But it's fucking crazy, bro. Like, it just, you know, I think that, like, you start coming into this money, and they have, like, certain expectations of you. They think that you should be the person that they want you to be instead of the person that you're going to be no matter what. Yeah. And I don't know. It's just so crazy.
Girl, I had it tough. That's why I said these kids nowadays, girl, though they have it so easy.
They do.
They have it so easy. Every single time I turn around, like even my kids, like every time I turn around, these little motherfuckers never at school. Half day here, no school here, vacation here. Mind you, they just had Christmas break, and Christmas break was like 2 weeks. It was like, it was literally probably 2 weeks. I'm not even lying. Why they just had a February break for a whole week. And then it killed me because, like, right after that, the whole blizzard came. So it was, like, another 4 days they were out of school. I'm like, bro, I can't win. I can't win. I'm just stuck with y'all all day, every day. It's fine. I love it, though, because they do their own thing. But
no, when they're really young, it's tough, though. I can imagine.
They are. They be on bullshit. Like, they just be, I don't know, like, I mean, they're at their age now where it's, like, typical, like, fighting, like, the sibling fight. And I'm just like, can y'all just shut the fuck up? Like, can y'all just not, like, because I be telling them, like, because I'm very close to my brother. And, like, they know how I am. Like, even though my brother's locked up, I still have, like, a very close relationship with my brother. And they've never, and, like, my brother has also lived with us in the past when he's needed to. And they know the relationship I have with my brother. They've never seen us fight. They've never seen us argue because him and I are literally like this. And I tell them all the time, I'm like, you see me and Theo fight? You don't see us fight, right? They're like, no, mommy, no. I'm like, exactly, because y'all not supposed to fight. I'm like, y'all supposed to love each other. I said, when I'm gone, y'all two are all you have left. Like, when I'm not here no more, like, y'all gonna have to rely on each other. Like, y'all can't be fighting and being mean and being little dickheads to each other all because you feel like it. Like, get along.
Yeah.
Get along.
Did you work at the restaurant when you left your parents too?
Well, yes. Yeah. So I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings for a little bit until I had quit to go move to Illinois.
Yeah.
Because shortly after I left is when he decided I was like, well, okay, like because the job he was working at a nursing home and he was just like a waiter in the nursing home and didn't make a lot of money. And I'm like, okay, here we are, 2 adults. We live in your mom's basement. We need to figure out a plan because I just moved out of my house. I'm like, yeah, I was making good money, but like, I was like, I need something more. That's the thing about me. I'm never satisfied. Bitch, I always feel like I gotta do more. Like, I feel like
That's a good thing.
know. Like, I don't know. I'm never content. I'm just like, what else is next for me? So like, we just had the conversation. He's like, well, like, I always wanted to join the military. I'm okay. Oh, okay, bet you do that. So he did. We got married shortly before he like got sent off. And it was probably, I want to say it was like less than a year after I left my parents from when I moved to Illinois. And so I did. I moved to Illinois, and then shortly after, like, I got pregnant with my son, and then I couldn't work. But after we got divorced and we split up and shit, and when I moved from Virginia, because after we lived in Illinois, he got orders to Virginia. Girl, we weren't even there he got orders there and we moved in December. Girl, by February he was already off living with another bitch in Virginia. Yeah, that's a whole other story in of itself. So I had literally, like, it took a couple months for me to like get everything together to move me and my son from Virginia back to Connecticut. But eventually I did that, and then the first thing I did is I went right back to Buffalo Wild Wings and I got my old job back. And I was working there, and then I had also gotten a second job at Chili's. But at this point, I was already pregnant with my daughter. So I was working at Chili's and Buffalo Wild Wings while I was pregnant with my daughter. And I was literally living with, so at the time when I was pregnant with my daughter's mother would not let us stay in her house because she was like fucking racist. She just didn't agree with the fact that like she didn't understand that even though I was married, like my husband had cheated on me, he had already left, he was already living with another woman, like we were separated, like she just didn't condone the fact. And I get it, like it's a lot for a lot of people to understand, but like at the time, like yeah, I was still pregnant, or yeah, I was still married and pregnant with another man's child, but like people don't realize like we were already separated for a while before that even happened. So she just didn't condone the fact that I was still married and I was pregnant with her son's child. And she was also racist. Like their family's very racist. Like for the longest, she was like, that's not my fucking grandchild. Like that's a fucking spick baby. And yeah, like girl, she would say the most outlandish and outrageous shit. And she really didn't accept it until because she was in the hospital room when I gave birth. She didn't accept it really until then. And so obviously now like she fucking like loves her to death, and you know that's her grandchild. But yeah, she like, you know what I mean, like I was living with one of my other friends, like we were both living with one of my other friends, Walter, and his mom. And I was I was renting a room, and we were living like we were renting a room, and my son was like in the room like with us, you know what I mean? And I was working 2 jobs at the time, pregnant with my daughter. And so I saved enough money to get an apartment in New Britain, and that's literally what I did. But yeah, I was like, as soon as I came back, I went right back to Buffalo Wild Wings. Didn't last there long though. They fucking fired my ass for some dumbass bullshit bitch I didn't even do.
Why'd they fire you?
Girl, they tried to they tried to say I was stealing tips. First of all, so mind you, I was working the to-go counter. Mind you, there's literally cameras all up the ass. Like there's cameras everywhere in Buffalo Wild Wings, but especially at the to-go station because they literally have the registers. So like they have to have cameras. So they tried to say like, and mind you, and this is why I say like it's bullshit and it's like retaliation, because so when I came back, so when I was first there the first time, let me just run this back to the first time. So when I was first there, they had the assistant manager. His name was Chris Bonet. And I still remember this motherfucker's name because I'll never forget it. His name was Chris Bonet, and he was one of the assistant managers. But I didn't know at the time, like, so he literally like tried to sleep with like all of the employees, like all of the employees. I remember he slept like, girl, he was like fucking around. Mind you, he was a married man, like, but he was like fucking around with one of this girl, like, her name was Bandisa. I don't even know where the fuck that bitch went. She just up and disappeared. So to this day, it's been like, I don't know. It's been years. I have not seen or heard from that girl ever since then. I don't know what happened to her. But he was having like an affair with her, and he was having an affair with like another one of like the servers, and then he was having an affair with like a bartender. Like he was just having an affair with everybody. Everybody he could stick his dick in, he was doing it. And he tried with me. Girl, I shut that shit down. I was not interested. And then come to find out, like, this was way after I had left, but I found out that he was actually like on the sex offender registry. And the reason, so the whole thing came out, girl, I read the article, girl, I pulled everything. I went to full detective mode because I said, oh, I need to read this. I went to full detective mode. Come to find out, he was like, I guess at a party one day, and he was like in the bathroom with some girl, and he had sex with the girl, and she was 17. And mind you, he was way older than that. So he got charged for rape, and he got, I guess, sent to jail, and he got put on the sex offender registry and shit. So it kind of made sense as to why the fuck he was a creep. But anyways, when I moved back to Connecticut and got my old job back, he wasn't the assistant manager no more. This man was the general manager. And so I kind of like, at first, like, I was just like, well, fuck, I like really need my job. And so whatever, he hired me, and then he started that shit again. And I was like, we're not doing that. Like, you're a whole weirdo. You're on a sex offender registry. And then I went to management because I was like, how the fuck do you guys have a guy that's on the sex offender registry? I said, mind you, there's children always in this place. I said, I'm pretty sure if somebody's on the sex offender registry, you cannot be around no children. Like, how does this man have a fucking general management title at this job? So I started raising hell because, like, you're going to be weird with me? Like, no, I'm going to be weird with you. So fast forward to like a week later, I come in for my shift one day, and he's like, Jocelyn, can you meet me in the office? I said, huh? He said, meet me in the office. I'm like, okay. Girl, I go in the office, and he was just like, effective immediately, we're terminating you. I said, what the fuck you mean you terminating me? He said, oh, we found out you've been stealing tips. I said, who been stealing tips? He said, you. I said, y'all got proof of that? And they're like, no. They were like, we had a customer call in and say that they were charged more on their like credit card receipt, on their receipt or whatever. I said, okay. I said, what the fuck that got to do with me? They were like, well, you were working that shift. I said, I was working that shift as well as 3 other to-go people. I said, there's 3 registers. I said, it wasn't just me. And they were like, oh, well, we asked the other servers and they said they didn't do it. And I said, okay, and I'm telling you I didn't do it. And they were like, well, I'm like, no, I want to see proof. I said, run the cameras back. I said, girl, they wouldn't even show me the cameras. They wouldn't even let me show the camera. I'm like, no, I know for a fact I didn't do it. And I'm in your face telling you, show me the proof. Because I know for a fact they didn't do it.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we already discussed it. We already talked to management. We already, talked to corporate. Like, it's done. And so I was like, oh, okay, bet. So you just mad you got called out about being a sex offender. That's what this really is about. Like, in my opinion, like, that's what that was for me.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want nobody knowing that you're a creepo, a weirdo, chomo. Like, and that's what this really is about. Like, and so, girl, I left, and I was literally working at Chili's up until I gave birth to my daughter. Well, I ended up getting a second job. I was working at Safe Home Security too. Girl, that job was too much. That was literally like, you got to cold call people for security systems. I had people yelling at me. I said, listen, I'm pregnant. I'm 8 months pregnant. Y'all don't want to be calling this phone arguing with me. I'm going to tell you that right now. Yeah. I went into that office. I said, this ain't the job for me. I got to go. Yeah. I got to go. I'm sorry. And shortly after that, I ended up giving birth to my daughter. And then, I just stayed home for a while. But girl, it was some shit. And then, like, they had me bartending at this place called Nolita's. Girl, that played, like, literally just, like, not followed any regulations. Girl, they had roaches up the ass. Like, girl, it was so bad. Management was so bad. My manager wasn't giving me my paycheck. Like, girl, it was bad. It was bad. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. Girl, I could not wait to leave hospitality. Yeah. I couldn't wait to stop bartending. I couldn't wait to stop. Like, the only thing I will say is about bartending is the money.
Yeah.
Like, the tips. Like, that was the most money I ever gotten in a job. But, girl, it's not worth it. It wasn't worth it to me. I'm like, fuck that. Absolutely not.
No, I mean, like, we were talking a little bit before, like, the podcast and stuff too. It's funny because, like, that was my whole life for, like, 8 years. Like, that's all I did. And so I think it's just extra funny because, like, when I finally left, it was one of those things where I was just like, damn, like, I'm gonna really miss this. I'm gonna really miss this. And then you start kind of reminiscing on all the bad shit that would happen. I'm like, damn. Like, it's not that I don't miss it. Like, there's obviously parts that I'm like the adrenaline rush, right? That we were talking about. Like, the adrenaline of the busy nights and like the craziness is so fun. You know, it gets you on like this high, but then as soon as you come down from that high again, it's just like, fuck, bro. Like, I literally just abused my body, abused my mental, and abused my coworkers, because let's be real, for some money.
Yeah.
It's like, it wears your body a lot.
For sure. I'm not gonna lie though, I did meet so many great people working in like these establishments. Like literally some of these people like I'm still friends with to this day. Like I still talk to them. And a lot of it, like a highlight was when I was working at Buffalo Wild Wings. Like my dad was also, so I ended up getting my dad a job at Buffalo Wild Wings. And it started off like, so this was before they opened up like their Weathersfield location. And so like they were just hiring people for that establishment. But I guess they needed people in like other Buffalo Wild Wings, so like Manchester, Windsor. So when I got hired, they started me off in like those locations. And then my dad was like, well, I need a second job. And I was like, well, I can try to get you into mine. And he got hired right off the bat. And like we worked together. And I remember like that was the highlight. Girl, not only did I like meet so many people that like I became friends with, but like I met so many people that like also met my dad, and like they also like looked up to him. Like everybody who works with my dad still to this day, I talk to them, and like they all tell me like the same shit. Like they're still heartbroken about like my dad's passing, and like how like my dad was like probably the most influential and like funniest person they've ever met, because like my dad was like a huge jokester. Like he would fry the fuck out of anybody and everyone. Like he didn't give a shit if he knew you or not. Like, but I remember it was always him like just fucking with this one dude Dwayne in the back of the kitchen, and he was just always like, it was just always them just going back and forth, but like they loved each other, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like they hated each other, it was just like out of love. And you know, they always tell me, they're like, that was the best time, like the best job I ever had was working with your dad at Buffalo Wild Wings. So I'm like, you know what's crazy? Because that was the best job I ever had, was working with my dad. And I wish I could get that back. And like, I hate that he's not here on earth no more. But like, that was my favorite time. That was a highlight. Like it definitely made my bartending experiences a lot easier. It made my serving experiences a lot easier. Made my to-go service. Girl, I would walk in like literally I would walk in because like, yeah, we would work the same shift sometimes, but like also sometimes like he would pick up shifts, and sometimes. So like I would walk in and like, girl, your dad's in the kitchen and like looking for you. And I automatically knew what that meant, because I'd be like, oh, he made me food. Like he would just like fucking chef it up. Like even the shit that wasn't on the menu, he was just out in the back of the kitchen just chefing it up, making some random shit, and like he would just feed everyone. And so that was a good time. I loved that. I wish more people like got a chance to like, you know what I mean, if they had a good relationship with their parents and shit, I wish more people got that experience, because like I will always say that was the highlight of working in hospitality, was with my dad. And that will probably forever be the best job I ever had. Even acting, you know what I mean? And it's crazy to say, because like it's cool. Like I'm an actress, and like yeah, I'm around like, you know, celebrities or like famous people, and it is what it is. But like I will always say, like, and that doesn't even compare to working with my dad.
It's a special bond.
It definitely is a special bond. I miss it.
You still talk to a lot of your old coworkers?
A lot of them. A couple, because a few of them I literally went to school with. Like we grew up together, we knew each other already before working. And then like maybe about like 3 of them I met while I was working there, and I still talk to them. Even Chili's, I still have a couple friends from Chili's that I talk to. Mind you, I haven't worked there since 2019.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, and I still talk to them too. People from Nolita's though, the other restaurant, girl, the Roach place, girl, I don't talk to nobody from over there.
Is it still open?
Girl, no. Yeah. And you know what's crazy? So it literally, when it was open, it was a part of like, it was a restaurant, a part of like a hotel. But when I started working there, the hotel was like abandoned and like got condemned by the city. But the restaurant was still open. Girl, you didn't see that. My bad. But the restaurant was still open. And so I was like, what the fuck? Like, how is it? And like, and now I know why the fuck I got condemned, because girl, every single day I was going to work, like there was roaches. I literally had to check myself every day getting off shift before I got into my car to like make sure I had like no roaches in my clothes, no roaches in my hair. Cause like, girl, I was not trying to bring that shit home. I wasn't trying to bring that shit to my house. And then yeah, like probably like 6 months into working there. And then that was another thing too. They were just hiring bartenders that had like no one experience or two no license. So I'm like, I'm talking to managers, I'm like, do y'all not realize like y'all could literally like be fined for this type of shit? Like you can get your whole business shut down for this dumb shit. And then it was just like when I wasn't on shift, like they were like literally like giving minors alcohol, like people were serving people with fake IDs. And I'm like, y'all just a giant shit show. It didn't take long because 6 months later, the health department came. They shut them down, and then they ended up opening up another location, and not in East Hartford, but in Hartford this time. Girl, they were open for like a year and a half. They shut down. They've been shut down ever since. I have not seen this man try to revive this business. I think he finally got the hint.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we ain't going nowhere with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was a terrible job. It was terrible. I never had to hawk somebody down for my paycheck. Like, give me my money.
Yeah.
You hawking me down to clock in, right? you hawking me down to come in because you need people. I need my money.
Was it busy?
No.
Oh, yeah.
And that was another thing. Like, barely, like, I'd be lucky if I'd get, like, 2 tables.
Fuck that, bro.
And that was another reason why I had to leave. I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah, there ain't no money here, baby.
No money. Especially, like, I had just, you know what I mean, given birth, and I'm like, I got a new baby at home. Like, y'all playing in my face.
Yeah.
Y'all doing the most fuckery and foolishness over here. I can't be part of that.
That's so crazy. I mean, like, you'll never really run into that with corporate, right? Because, like, the Buffalo Wild Wings and Chili's of the world and stuff, like, they have people to back them and whatever. But it's so crazy when I hear about people working in family environment or, like, family restaurants that they literally don't get paid like that. 5-6 weeks later, they'll finally get a check and it's missing money.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Small businesses and, like, mom and pop, like, restaurants, like, they struggle. You know what I mean? Especially, like, they're already struggling with, like, funding and shit because, like, a good majority of these businesses are, like, they're not even really getting funding no more because of, like, look how everything is fucking going. So a lot of these businesses, they're literally, like, taking out all of their life savings, their fucking 401ks, like, everything that would help them in retirement. They're using that on these businesses, and like half of these businesses are fucking failing because one, there's like no I feel like, you know, getting their shit out there, like word of mouth, and like, you know, like promoting their businesses and shit. It's like lack of promotion and like lack of customers, and it's just like all of those things intertwined, and then lack of funding. Like it's hard for them to like be able to pay their employees. But that's why, like, I always say, like, don't fucking open some shit unless you know like you're sturdy.
Yeah.
Like, my dad used to tell me all the time, don't put your eggs into one basket. Like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And that's like the mentality I've always lived by. I tell my kids the same shit. I'm like, don't put your eggs all in one basket. Like, have an open mind, have different ideas, have different, you know, routes that you can do. Like, for me, then that's why I feel like I have that also, that mentality that's like, nothing satisfies me. I always have to do more. Because it's like, okay, I did this, I accomplished it. I know I can do it. What else can I do? What can I achieve next?
Mm-mm.
And so, like, I'm very much that way with my kids. But, like, girl, these small businesses, it's hard when you don't get paid from these people. And it's like, I felt bad at the time because it's like, yeah, like, I understand. I know, like, you know what I mean? Financial wise, like, they're not getting that much money, but it's like at the same time, like, y'all should have thought about this shit before you open up a business, like, because now you got not only y'all struggling, but you got your employees out here struggling, and then that makes it so that you gonna end up with no employees, and then what you gonna do then?
Yeah. And it just like builds resentment too, you know, like I've met so many people who are in like similar situations or have been through similar situations that they're like, yeah, I haven't gotten paid, I had to leave. I'm like, damn, bro. Now you have this relationship with these people because like a lot of small business owners and stuff like that, like they're involved in the business, right? Like they're either cooking or they're managing or they're doing something, like they're there all the time. They're like sacrificing their whole entire life to like make this work, and it's not fucking working.
It's not.
Now you have this relationship with these people, you're like, you see them every day and like whatever, and like like you feel mercy, but at the end of the day, your mercy is not going to get your bills paid.
Right.
Like
Absolutely.
it's fucking crazy.
That's why I do the shit that I do, because it's not. I've gotten accustomed for so many years not working for a boss and being my own boss and making my own money and my own schedule. Where I don't think, like, even this interview that I got coming up, it's like, fuck, like, do I even want to do this? Like, do I want to be committed to, like, my every move being watched? Like, somebody, like, down my throat every single second? Like, I gotta be here at this exact moment. Like, especially, like, being a mom, like, having kids, like, working a fucking job is so stressful because it's like, you gotta pick them up from school when they're sick. If they have a fever, they throw up. Like my daughter, like she's got a bunch of health problems, and like, girl, like I literally get called about her all the time to come pick her up and this and the third, or like she's gotta have emergency surgery or whatever the case may be. And like that sometimes too, like I feel it's just so annoying about a job is because like these jobs don't be giving a fuck about your personal life. They're like, we don't care what the fuck you got going on home. Oh, you don't got nobody to pick up your daughter? Oh, you want your job or you want your daughter? It's like they'll literally make you pick and choose between your children and a job. And so like that's why I'm at the point where I am in my life now. And I'm like, I fucking refuse to work for another fucking person. Unless I'm working for myself, like I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna fucking threaten over my head like, oh, if you pick your daughter up from school, you're gonna get fired. Okay, I guess I'm getting fired, and I guess you finding yourself another employee.
Because what the fuck?
Like my daughter, like my kids will, and I will say this, like, yeah, it might sound fucked up, but girl, when I go to interviews, I tell these jobs, I don't care if you don't like it. Okay, don't hire me. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, my kids always come first. If I get called for my kids, I'm gonna come pick them up, especially like for my son. Like, listen, like my son, that's a whole different ball game. Like, it's not like my daughter where, yeah, like, her dad's involved in shit. Like, no. Like, I'm literally the only parent here for my son. Like, his dad is locked up. He's literally in jail. Like, there's nothing I can do. If an emergency happens with my son, anything happens with my son, I gotta get the fuck up and get the fuck out. Be that as it may. If you don't like it, okay, don't hire me.
Yeah.
But I will say this, like, I probably am one of the hardest workers you will probably ever come across. Like when it comes to my work and shit and like putting in the effort, like I don't play. I will always give not even 100, like 150, 200% of my all. But when it comes to my kids, just know that when I got a motherfucking skedaddle, I'm a skedaddle.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing that sucks about these jobs is like they just truly don't give a fuck about your personal life.
No, they don't. And I think that it's so funny too because like I've obviously like I've been to other countries and stuff like that, and like just talking to people from elsewhere, it's not like that. You know what I mean? Like they have such work-life balance, and like I think that that's something that comes up so much in the industry. Mm-hmm. It's like you have to choose one or the other.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Why?
It shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that. Yeah. Like, damn,
Different
women fought for these rights, and these are the rights that we're getting? Fuck that, bro.
Like, that's what the fuck I'm saying. Like that, it's crazy to me. It's crazy. Like, we really, truly came a long way just to still be fucked.
To still be fucked.
To still be fucked. Right up the ass, sideways.
Oh, my gosh. What's next for you? Any fun projects?
So I'm currently filming for my third movie. It'll be on Tubi soon, but we took like a little hiatus because you know this winter has been a little crazy.
Yeah.
So filming is to get back into, you know, reality soon, you know. And I'm currently working on my music. I'm in the studio working on my music. I'm glad because it's been like 4 years since I took a little hiatus from music. It's good to be back though. And then, you know, just I'm trying to start like my own businesses and stuff. So like I'm in the middle of that right now. But yeah, girl, you know, I just stay busy. And then obviously I'm in school full time, so I'll get my bachelor's in December, and yeah, you know, it's just always mom mode, go mode, business mode, whatever I can do, hobby mode.
The eggs in a bunch of different baskets.
Yeah, the eggs in a bunch of different baskets.
Yeah.
You know? Gotta have a little bit of everything because you never know where you're going to land in life.
You never know. You never know what's going to take off either.
You never know. Yeah.